And welcome to our Radnor Township Design Review Board meeting. Before we get started, I'm going to ask Jason to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
So we stand, the flag is here to your left. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you.
Okay, we should move pretty quick tonight. We just have 3 items on our agenda, but just to let you know, these meetings are televised live. So we'd ask you, please, when you approach the podium, tell us who you are and the business you represent. And you can lay your plans out on the table next to the podium. So first on our agenda tonight is DRB 2019-40, the application of Verizon, and this is a continuation from last month at 314 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for wall signage, freestanding sign, and awnings. Okay. Hello there.
Hi, my name is Wendy Fleischman. I am with Michael Sign Company, so representing the Verizon on 314 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne, Pennsylvania.
Great. Nice to have you here, Wendy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to be here.
Okay. So why don't you just walk us through what you have in store here for the building?
Okay. So currently, this Verizon has signage already on the store, but Verizon Corporate has updated their logo, so this particular store is up to be rebranded this year. So what we would like to do is, okay, I guess. So what we're here for is to show you in the top picture what the signage currently looks like on the store. And the bottom picture is showing you what the proposed new signage would be. So we would remove existing signage from this Verizon store and install new signage on the same elevation. So this is one elevation. And this is the second elevation. So the top is just 2 different views of the same side of the store. So really, it's pretty straightforward. Just bring down the old signage and install 2 new ones. And then, I don't know if you wanted to look at that a minute.
Before we jump ahead,
Yeah.
So the plans are to kind of reskin or repaint the building itself?
Yes, the building is also going to be repainted as well, yes. And although we're not taking care of the awnings, they do have somebody who is going to be reskinning the awnings with a gray color to match the new color scheme on the building.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So repaint the building, repaint the little lights that are out there.
Yeah, and I think on my application, I checked awnings because originally we were going to take care of those, but now they have somebody else who's just going to go around a whole bunch of the stores and reskin them. More
Okay.
efficiencies to do it that way.
Okay. So why don't we look at the signage? Want to take a better look there? You good? Jason?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. It actually, correct me if I'm wrong, in the current situation below Verizon Wireless, that's just, those are not illuminated or internally illuminated letters below.
The little
Verizon logo.
tagline-like letters
Yeah.
and the existing sign, no,
Yeah,
they're just
that's what I thought.
non-illuminated pin-mounted
Right.
letters. The new sign, the new letters and the check mark will be illuminated, and they'll utilize the same electric that's in place for the, I think that's a race,
Yeah,
there's a raceway set in place right now.
Dimensions, you guys okay? 20-inch letters?
My size building, I think that fits.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. And height from grade, we're okay there?
Yeah.
The check mark might be a little higher than.
Yeah, I think it floated.
We kind of spoke of the I, the dotted I, and the sort of extension above the sort of that datum line is above the sort of 15 feet, but I think it's still, it's minimal and per sort of their brand standard.
Well,
Yeah,
I think it's minimal, and I also think, but that's the same note, it could just come down by that much, and to the point where the check mark hits the 15-foot mark, then I think it's compliant with the code, and it's.
It's difficult to do that. You have what I believe are scuppers, or is that what the outline is? So if you look at this, there's a scupper right below the O
Gotcha.
where they're proposing the new to go. That's sort of roof drainage, coupled with then where the canopies are going to go. It does present some sort of conflict there.
Is that a little light?
Is that a light or
I think
is
it's
that
a light,
scupper?
yeah. I think it's a light because they talk about painting the lights on the
okay,
building,
okay.
so I think
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
2
no,
little
you're right.
spots. Well, I guess we could ask you, try to meet the 15-foot
So-
requirement as close as you
Okay, so
can.
is that the top of the letter set needs to be no
Yeah,
higher than 15
yeah.
feet? Now, would you take that to the top of the I or the top of the remaining lowercase letters?
To the check mark.
Okay, okay.
So that whole, the verbiage and the check mark are all considered signs. The top of the sign needs to be within
Okay.
the 15-foot mark. If possible, obviously, if because of the existing condition on the building, that you're not able to. That goes to the enforcement section, and I don't know how strictly that would be enforced. But in order to comply with the code, it would have to be at the 15 mark.
Okay, so during installation, if we would encounter anything that would prohibit that, would we need to contact somebody, or how would you like us to handle that?
I think anything above 15 feet has to go to the zoning hearing board.
Okay.
So that would have to be decided tonight. If you're going to go above
Okay.
that, you'd have to apply to zoning hearing board.
Or I guess you could always make the sign just a hair smaller,
Yeah.
right?
You could scale the sign, you could scale the sign down slightly.
Yeah.
In order to get it under, but our board is limited to a certain authority, and as Paige was saying, if it goes above the 15-foot mark, that's beyond what we're
Okay.
actually allowed to authorize.
Okay.
All right.
All right, got that. All righty,
So we'll kind of give, I guess, a free hand on that as long as it doesn't go over 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whether you can squeeze it in there, or whether you need to reduce the sign a little bit, or go to zoning hearing board for relief.
Okay, all right.
So,
And then the next thing that we would be doing would be.
oh, I'm sorry. How about if we look at the other side of the building too?
Oh, you want to go over there first?
Yeah.
The same.
It looks like it's the same. It's a mirror image, so the same condition.
That's
All right?
what I
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and then with the pylon sign, we'd be painting the pylon sign and replacing the faces. Nothing else would change. So that's on page 11.
I'm fine with that. I think that looks nice. I think it's clean. What color are you painting the pole?
The pole is going to be, I think it's cool, a color that is matching PMS Cool White Gray 4, or Cool Gray 4, I'm sorry. Let me just double check that.
Grade 10
Well, we have Gray 10, and
and
the
grade
pole's
4.
going to be Gray 4. So the cabinet would be PMS Gray 10, the pole would be PMS Gray 4. Those are the same colors that are being used on the buildings, on the building.
They're big.
I said buildings because we're doing multiples.
Understood.
But,
I figured this was a great one. I just mentioned that.
And will there be that perimeter sort of reveal, or is that just a line of sort of that gray 4 that sort of boxes out the sign?
no, I think that's just to show where the retainer on the sign is.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a different color there.
I understand. I'm sorry.
Is it opaque? I mean, it being a gray.
Oh, so the gray is going to be opaque, and the only thing illuminated is essentially the logo itself, the Verizon and the red
Correct.
check. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. All right. So we good on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good on the poll?
Okay.
Okay. You mentioned window graphics, or at least it's in your application. I don't know if you have those with you.
So I do.
Okay.
I don't. So the picture that shows the current window graphics, you can't really read it, but that's all going to be removed. So sorry. The window graphics that are currently in place on the left-hand side there, you can't really see, read them in this picture, but they would all be removed, and new window graphics will be placed on the doors, predominantly on the right-hand side. But it'll be less copy than what's there now.
And how about in the display windows as such? You can have graphics
No,
there?
we don't have any plans to
Okay.
install anything in the windows, just the front door, the
Okay.
main entrance.
Yeah, and generally, things like the address number and the hours are excluded from that,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so somebody else is going to do the awnings.
Yeah, I have the picture here for you just to show the color, but we're not installing that.
Okay,
So
as
that
far
won't
as you
be
know,
part
there's no
of-
graphics on the awnings?
No, I don't know of any graphics being on the
Okay.
awnings.
I mean,
Yeah.
whoever it is should come in if there's going to be graphics
Yeah,
on there,
and
so-
I would imagine they would. I don't have any contact
Okay.
with them. I don't know who it is.
Okay. All
So,
right, so right now, that's not part of your application. We'll just kind of leave
correct.
that out, so. okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, and then the other thing, when we take the original signage down. We do want to install a temporary banner just for a couple of days while the painting's being done, so that they have some branding on the building, and then we'll come back in about a day after the painting's been completed and has time to cure to install the signage.
So usually temporary banners have to get approved by the township, and you have a 30-day restriction.
Yeah.
So I could just run it by Andy or Peggy first.
Okay.
All right. Anything else going to change? Parking signs, anything like that?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Okay. And I guess the other thing we would probably ask you is, just for the files, if you could mock up a, new sign showing that it's going to be 15 feet or under.
Oh, okay.
So when it's all said and done, whether it's going to be smaller or dropped or
Yes,
whatever. So just so
yes.
it'll be in the township
So
files.
I will do that when for the copies that I need to submit with the permit applications.
good.
Do you need them sent to this board as well?
Just give us an additional set with the building application, and I'll put it in the file.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great.
All right. Good. Any other questions for the board?
I do not have any.
You're
no.
good? You guys are good? Tim?
I guess you had the window signs, is that part of the application?
Well, it's just going to be on the door.
It's just going to be like
Building
hours and stuff
Yeah.
on the front door. Yeah.
Yeah,
On the door.
Just double checking that.
yeah. And Jason, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You-
Yeah, I'll
ready to
do
go?
it.
Okay.
So we're gonna, this is gonna be a conditional approval pending, or with the added caveat that it is mounted no higher than 15 feet
Okay.
for the entirety of the sign, is what we'll do. Okay. So then, in the matter of DRB 2019-40, the application of Verizon at 314 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for wall signs, freestanding pylon, and not awnings. I move that we approve conditionally the application, provided that the sign in its entirety, including the red check and the I above the I in Verizon, not exceed 15 feet. I move, again, for conditional approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very
Wendy, you
much.
have any other questions for us? You're good?
I do not. I'm
Okay.
good. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Okay.
All right, good, thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda is DRB 2019-41, the application of T-Mobile Northeast LLC, 201 King of Prussia Road in Radnor, for antennas and RRVs and hybrid cables. Some high-tech stuff coming in.
That's right.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, Board, for hearing me tonight. My name is Jim Scully. I
Jim.
represent T-Mobile. I'm the real estate manager for a company called SmartLink, and I'm here to propose to add, and I'm sorry, I will put that underlined in here, that we are going to add 3 new antennas to the existing cell site at 201, I believe that's King of Prussia Road in Radnor, or St. David's, thank you. At this point, there's going to be no changes to the physical structure other than adding a sled for each one of the antennas, because we can't put another antenna on the sleds that are there. They just would not handle it capacity-wise. There will also be 3 antennas, and you said RRVs. It's actually RRUs.
Yep.
That means remote radio units. They communicate from the antenna to the communication systems inside the equipment cabinet, which is not going to be touched at all.
Okay.
If we look at C1, this is the aerial picture. This is what, this is the aerial picture showing the 3 sectors. We would have, I have this highlighted in yellow, showing we're proposing the T-Mobile mounted proposed non-penetrating mounts.
Jim, you want to use this? Would it be easier? Yeah, thanks.
So we will be using non-penetrating mounts, which are sled mounts, so they will not be put any punctures into the roof top at all. Neither will the cables be changed at all for any reason for that, because they're existing cable trees that this will be attached to. Shall I proceed to the next page? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If we look at C2, this is a side view of the building. You can see that we're actually attaching right next to our other antennas. The major difference between these antennas is 1.7 inches taller and 1.7 inches longer on the bottom in the antennas. And the reason we didn't lower the height is because each antenna has to have a specific rad center, so the center of each antenna has to be matching each other. So that's why this antenna is just a little bit taller. It's like 3 to 4 inches taller than the other antenna. So your heights, if you look at it, it shows it. We try to make it in a highlighted darker color that it will be a little bit bigger. The visual impact for someone walking down the street would be negligible,
Right.
except for that they would see another antenna on a sled mount. Shall I continue? And then on C3, this is showing what the sled mount will look like. I highlighted in yellow on these, which is we are only putting 3 antennas. There's already existing 2, 4, 6 antennas there right now. And it's showing the sled mounts and how they will look. They are slightly bigger because the antenna's a little bit bigger, and it allows for the accommodation of the weight of that antenna is not going to affect, to be pulled down because of that. And on C4 is really just showing the attachment with the antenna and the remote radio unit. So this is our remote radio unit, and the size of it is 14 inches. It's attached actually behind the radio, behind the antenna, so you won't even see it. Yeah. And then the antenna itself is 24 inches wide by 95 inches long, 95.9 inches long. And then you're seeing the attachment right here of how we're going to attach it. Going to our next page, this is our antenna configuration with electrical diagram showing that we are actually going to be using electricity here. Do you want me to go into detail on your electric? Okay. E2 is also with your electrical grounding and how each cable is going to be grounded. And then your notes.
Okay.
So that's about it. Excuse my scribble on the top up there. That was really for my personal notes. I didn't think that I was going to be showing you guys my drawings. So, and that's my case. I hope that you find it.
Questions?
No, I think it's
Yeah.
fairly straightforward. And
As far as the color, as far as color, I guess you'll just try to match what's there now?
So the existing antennas are typically like a cloud gray. You know, within reason, they've been up there for a couple of years, so they might have a little bit fading, but they all come in that standard cloud
Okay.
gray. If you said, please paint it to the matching of whatever antennas were painted there, we would totally match the paint color that was there, or repaint all of them so they would equally match. But yes, it's insignificant as
Okay.
far as what you would see, and in a year it'll be faded as the others. would be.
Okay, good.
Personally, I don't think you can see them anyway. unless
Yeah, there's
you're
actually
at a
an-
distance and probably do
Right.
something.
You can't. There's another set of antennas, I'm not sure who they are. They're actually closer to the roof, and you can see them far more intrusively on the road than ours.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna get fried because of these,
No.
as long as they don't go, I saw the warning signs and stuff like that.
Well, so per the FAA and the FCC, we are required to put that we are emitting radio frequency, but I did submit an EME report saying that we are below the federal guidelines and the standards, so no. I would not suggest someone to stand in front of there for 24 hours, you know, but it's not like a microwave. No one's going to be hit with gamma radiations.
And I have no problem with them.
Okay. Jason?
no questions. No
Jim,
comments,
any
yeah.
questions for the board?
No, thank you. I spoke with Peggy, so
Okay,
thank you.
can you
Yeah.
use your old, can you use this paperwork back?
If you don't want it, I'll take it. We
Okay.
have no need for it. I'll recycle it.
Okay. Okay, great, and we'll make a motion.
In the matter of DRB 2019-41, the application of T-Mobile Northeast LLC, the application for 3 antennas, 3 RRUs, and 3 hybrid cables. I move for approval of the application.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right,
Board.
thank you,
you very
Jim.
much.
Okay, have a good night. All right. Last tonight is DRB 2019-42, the application of Cumin at 968 County Line Road in Bryn Mawr for wall signage. Hi, Greg.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Greg Feld. I'm with KC Sign Company, representing Kuman.
Okay, Greg, nice to have you here.
Nice to be back.
Okay. Looks like a pretty simple application. Want to just walk us through?
Kuman has a kind of beat-up old set of channel letters right there. They have that weird entrance in the back of that shopping center, their
Right.
storefront there. And Kuman's changed their logo slightly. They've done away with the tagline. and they just have the words Kumon on a single raceway, and they've spread the letters out a little bit, but it's the same colors as they've used before and everything. They've just done away with the tagline, so they want to take down the old set and put this new set right up in the same spot.
Pretty simple. It's a little larger.
Yeah, the square footage is a little larger. It's the overall height is actually, I think, a little shorter, but it's a bit wider. So the square footage is increased a little bit, but it's still within code.
Yeah.
And is it intended that the white in the sort of face of the O, that sort of projects through as well, right? It'll
Yes.
be illuminated white.
Yes, the white will be illuminated too.
That's part of the logo and the brand
Right,
essentially,
right.
so that's,
And they don't have night hours that I noticed. Usually they close around 5:30 or they have afternoon hours, so it's not like they'll be open at night
Okay.
with the channel letters on,
Yeah.
till 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
The sign turns off at night?
They can set it for a timer like that. I was just out there, I visited this one, and they were closed and the channel letters were not lit. So I
Okay.
think they
Right.
probably have it for a timer or for when they open or close.
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I guess just make sure you patch up the old holes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
and, yeah.
We always like to clean up the facade whenever we do any work
Okay.
like
Right,
that.
right.
All right. Questions, comments? Jim, you're good?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Jason?
All right, so then in the matter of DRB 2019-42, the application of Kumon at 968 County Line Road in Bryn Mawr for the application of new wall signage, I move to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Hey, Greg, just one thing. Just make sure that they do have their address on the building.
I was just there, on the door here. They have
Yeah.
a big address right at the top
They
of
do?
it. Yeah,
Great.
they do.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Just making sure, so. And window signage, do they do much? in
No, they
window
have some
sign-
hours on there now, but that's it. We're
Okay.
not doing anything else there. Just
Okay.
keeping the
It's
hours.
not much window there to begin
No,
with,
no, they
right?
just
Yeah.
basically have the door. The window
Right.
has the tree in front of it and everything, so
Yeah,
they don't have anything on that.
So,
Okay, thanks, Greg.
Good night.
thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, any other business for tonight?
No.
We'll see you in November, I guess, huh?
November it is.
Okay, thank you.